Hi, welcome to my channel. I hope you've been enjoying my cookie countdown series. I thought we'd take a little bit of a break from that just for this morning. The regular one will go up in the afternoon of our cookie countdown, but this actually was a request from a fellow ASMR artist who actually loved this magazine when I did it on my previous channel. And, like a fool, how we all are at some point in our lives, I deleted all of my videos, and therefore this one no longer existed. And she was asking me if I still had the magazine. Well, I did not think I did, because of course I moved since then. And lo and behold, though, yesterday when I was putting something away, I found this magazine. So the fellow ASMR artist that I'm referring to is the lovely Jenny of Tingles with Flyby ASMR. So if you would like to check her out, I think you would be pleased that you did. We did a collab together one time, and it was really fun. It was a medieval restaurant type of collab. It was very cool, and at the end, Jenny told this really neat story. So, anyhow, today what we are doing is Paula Deen's Holiday Baking, and it is the season's best treats. This magazine is from 2016. So, cookies by the dozen, festive cakes, and peppermint delights. And look at these pretty decorated cookies here. Aren't they pretty? We've got a Christmas tree, a star, and a candy cane. So pretty. This is going to be tricky because I can only use my left hand right now because my right hand is very unsightly with eczema from doing all the cookies, and not from the cookies, but from hand washing. So, not that you really needed to know that info, but, keeping it real. Okay, so we've got content, as we just read. Some of it on the front page, but I think there's some extra ones here. So, cookies by the dozen, festive cakes, holiday breads, classic pies, and peppermint goodies. That looks so. There's a red velvet cake right there. Yum. Looks like they have the stained glass candy in the center. The bliss of holiday baking. There's some mason jar recipes. And cake with milk. Is there anybody else out there? I am assuming there is. That actually, you can't even see that. There we go. There's the milk. And anybody else that doesn't like milk out there? I don't like milk. There's something about the texture of it. It's not so good for me. Okay, so here we have some baking accessories. We've got some measuring spoons, some wooden spatula, spoon. I don't know what that is. But oh, and it's a baking jacket. That's really cool, actually. Oh, I have these, the stackable racks. They're really great, very good space saver, and they work very well. look at this pretty bunt pan there. It looks like a wreath. It's so pretty. I don't know if you would consider it let's see. We're going to read it instead of me tripping over my words. Okay. Holiday baking made easy. Put your tastiest, most beautiful holiday creations on display and have some fun in the kitchen with these baking products. So, so everything that we've pointed out here, there's cute cookie cutters, and what is this called? A crepe pan? No, not a crepe pan. What am I saying? Number 7. Fluted tart mold. Excusez-moi. All right, so let's get in, shall we? Let's dig in to some of these recipes. So here are the cookies that Jenny was referring to, and that's how I knew I had the right magazine. Because she's like, yeah, it's the one with the red sprinkles and the green sprinkles. So there we go. There's a macaroon, coconut macaroon, and our shortbread cookies. And those look like brownies, I guess. Anyhow, let's get started, shall we? So we have chocolate hazelnut fudge cookies. Those look absolutely delicious. Look, they have like a fudgy, soft center to them. Yum. Those look delicious. And then on this side, we have a fruitcake filling. So it's a pinwheel cookie with the fruitcake filling. Delish. Okay. And these are holiday pantry cookies, they're called. So we have 1 cup of unsalted butter softened, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of firmly packed light brown sugar, 2 large eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1 11-ounce bag of white chocolate morsels, 1.5 cups of roasted salted pistachios chopped, and 1.5 cups of dried cranberries. So in a large bowl, we're going to beat butter and sugars with a mixer at medium-high speed until fluffy, about 4 minutes, stopping occasionally to scrape the sides of the bowl. Then we add the eggs one at a time, beating well after each addition, and then we beat in the vanilla. Number 2, in a medium bowl, whisk together flour, baking soda, salt, and cinnamon. Gradually add flour mixture to butter mixture, beating just until combined. Then we fold in the white chocolate and the pistachios and cranberries. Cover and refrigerate for at least 2 hours, or up to 2 to 3 days. Up to 3 days. Then number 3, we preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Line baking sheets with parchment paper. Number 4, using a 1 3/4-inch spring-loaded ice cream scoop. Scoop dough 2 smile. That's adorable. And they're using a meringue frosting for this. Caramel almond thumbprint cookies. Any nut you like can be used instead of almonds. So we have 1 cup of butter softened, a half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, separated, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of finely chopped slivered almonds, and caramel filling. The recipe for the caramel filling follows. So, number 1, we preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and that would be Fahrenheit. Line baking sheets with parchment paper. Number 2, in a large bowl, beat butter, sugar, and vanilla with a mixer at medium speed until creamy, about 2 minutes, stopping occasionally to scrape the sides of the bowl. Add egg yolks 1 at a time, beating well after each addition. Number 3, in a medium bowl, whisk together flour and salt. Gradually add flour mixture to butter mixture, beating until combined. Using a 1.5-inch spring-loaded ice cream scoop, scoop dough into balls. Number 4, in a medium bowl, whisk egg whites until frothy. Place almonds in a shallow dish. Dip dough balls into egg whites, letting excess drip off. Roll in almonds to coat and place 2 inches apart on prepared pans. Using your thumb, gently make an indentation in the center of the balls. Number 5, bake for 10 minutes. Remove from oven and gently press indentations with the back of a spoon. Return to oven and bake until lightly browned. 2 to 3 minutes more. Let cool on pans for 2 minutes. Remove from pans and let cool completely on wire racks. Number 6, fill center of cookies with caramel filling. Let stand until firm. Then you store in an airtight container for up to 4 days. So here's our caramel filling. And it makes about 2 cups. 1.5 cups of sugar, 6 tablespoons of water, 3 tablespoons of light corn syrup, 6 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So number 1, in a large skillet, stir together sugar, 6 tablespoons of water, and corn syrup. Cook over medium heat, stirring occasionally until mixture is honey-colored. 8 to 10 minutes. Then we remove from heat and stir in butter until melted. Stir in cream until combined, and then let cool about 10 minutes before using. That sounds delicious. Okay, so here is what Jenny was looking for. So we're going to do this one. And it says, these cookies are simple to make and fun to decorate. It's a great recipe for kids to help with in the kitchen. So we have 1.5 cups of unsalted butter softened, 1.25 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of red sanding sugar, and a half a cup of green sanding sugar. So number 1, in a large bowl, beat butter, confectioner's sugar with mixer at medium speed until creamy. 2 to 3 minutes, stopping occasionally to scrape the sides of the bowl. Beat in vanilla, gradually add flour, beating until combined. dough onto a lightly floured surface and divide dough in half. Shape each portion into a 2¼ inch diameter log. Wrap in plastic wrap and refrigerate for 1 hour. Number 3. Preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Line baking sheet with parchment paper. Number 4. Place sanding sugars in separate shallow plates, rolling logs in sugar to fully coat. Cut logs into 1/2 inch thick slices and place on prepared pans. Number 5. Bake until lightly browned, 10 to 12 minutes. Let cool on pans for 10 minutes. Remove from pans and let cool completely on a wire rack. Store in an airtight container for 5 days. So here's a little baking tip. These dough logs can be frozen for up to 1 month. Then let them thaw overnight in the refrigerator before continuing with step 3. Okay. Oh, here we have some coconut macaroons. I love coconut macaroons. And actually, Paula Deen's recipe for coconut macaroons is amazing. It's really simple, but it's absolutely delicious. Shall I read that one? I think so. So, they are chewy on the inside and slightly crisp on the outside. You can't go wrong with a classic coconut macaroon. So we have 4 egg whites at room temperature, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 14-ounce bag of sweetened flake coconut, and 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. So we're going to preheat our oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Line baking sheets with parchment paper. And number 2, in a large bowl, we're going to beat egg whites with a mixer at medium speed until foamy. Add sugar and vanilla, beating until combined. Then we're going to fold in the coconut and salt. Number 3, using a 1½ tablespoon spring-loaded ice cream scoop, scoop dough 2 inches apart onto prepared pans. Number 4, bake until edges are lightly browned, 22 to 25 minutes. Let cool completely on pans on wire racks. And then we're going to store in airtight containers for up to 3 days. And I can tell you that this recipe is amazing. It makes the most delicious coconut macaroons. And then we have the stained glass cookies. Yeah, I thought so. So you crush up candies and melt them like you put them inside of the cutout part. And when you put them in the oven, they melt and they form a sheet of candy in the area that you put them. Very yummy and very pretty. Okay, so these are called chocolate wafers. It says any shape cutter or an assortment of cutters will work for this recipe, as long as they are about the same size. So I'm assuming it's kind of like a chocolate brownie, but very, very thin. It appears to be very thin. Double chocolate toffee cookies, yummy. So peanut butter morsels and chopped nuts can be used instead of chocolate morsels and toffee bits. Oh no, I'd be using the chocolate morsels and toffee bits. Okay. All right. So these are the decorated sugar cookies. It says these cookies are perfect for decorating with family and piling onto a plate for Santa. And Santa will be coming soon. Oh, yes. We just have 2 more sleeps till Santa comes. Okay, So here we have a bundt cake, and I love the way they've decorated it with sugar-coated cranberries. And I don't know if that's candied pineapple, because I don't think you would put chunks of candied ginger on there. That wouldn't be good. So festive cakes. You'll find something for everyone in these recipes. For pretty layer cakes, cozy buns, and indulgent cheesecakes. Who likes cheesecakes? Yummy. So we have salted caramel pumpkin cheesecake. Oh my goodness, that sounds delicious. Cookies and cream cheesecake. Red velvet swirled cheesecake. Eggnog cheesecake. Yummy. Coconut cream pound cake. Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. Lemon rosemary bundt cake. All of these sound so good. Cranberry bundt cake with ginger glaze. How bougie. Marble pound cake and easy gingerbread bundt cake. Hot chocolate cake. That would be good. Apple pie cupcakes. Quadruple chocolate bundt cake. Almond cake with Swiss meringue buttercream and hummingbird cake. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Does that not look so delicious? Salted caramel pumpkin cheesecake. When adding eggs to cheesecake filling, take care to beat them in just until combined. Otherwise, too much air can be incorporated into the filling, which can make the cheesecake crack when it bakes. Well, there we have it. Just going to take a little sip of my tea in my brand new cup from my daughter. I'm drinking double bergamot Earl Grey. And look at this cup. Isn't it beautiful? My oldest daughter gave it to me for my birthday this year. I love it. So we have the red velvet swirl cheesecake. And it says, cheesecake takes a lot of pressure off cooks at Christmas time, since you can make it well in advance. And that was a quote from Paula Deen. Here we have eggnog cheesecake, a favorite holiday drink, even more decadent in this luscious cheesecake. Yum. That sounds delicious. So, let's read this recipe. Crust, 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons of butter melted, 1 egg white lightly beaten. The filling is 1 12-ounce jar of hot caramel topping, 4 large eggs divided, 4 8-ounce packages of cream cheese softened, 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 cup of eggnog, and 2 tablespoons of bourbon. Then we have bourbon whipped cream, and the recipe follows. And we garnish with crushed ginger snaps. So number 1, we preheat the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. 2, for crust, in a medium bowl, stir together all ingredients until well combined. Press mixture into bottom and 1-inch upsides of 9-inch springform pan. Bake for 6 minutes. Let cool completely and leave the oven on. Number 2, for filling in a medium bowl, whisk together caramel topping and 2 eggs until smooth. Pour into prepared crust and bake for 15 minutes. Then we let it cool for 1 hour. Number 4, in a large bowl, beat cream cheese, sugar, flour, and cinnamon with a mixer at medium-high speed until creamy, 4 to 5 minutes, stopping occasionally to scrape sides of bowl. Then we add remaining 2 eggs, one at a time, beating just until combined after each addition. Then we stir in the eggnog and bourbon. Slowly pour batter onto caramel layer in pan. Number 5, we bake for an hour and then we turn the oven off and leave the cheesecake in the oven with the door closed for 4 hours. Cover and refrigerate for at least 4 hours before serving. Serve with bourbon whipped cream and garnish with crushed ginger snaps if desired. So bourbon whipped cream makes about 4 cups. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, a 1/4 cup of confectioner's sugar, 1 tablespoon of bourbon, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Number 1, in a large bowl, beat cream with a mixer at medium-high speed until soft peaks form. Gradually add confectioner's sugar, beating until stiff peaks form. Stir in bourbon and cinnamon and use immediately. And try not to eat the whole bowl yourself. So here we have a coconut cream pound cake. Yum. And over here, oh, these 2 flavors sound so yummy together. Lemon rosemary bundt cake. So it says this fresh taste of lemon and rosemary add something new to your holiday table. And over here at the pound cake, it says you'll want to go back for another slice of this dense, indulgent cake. Yum. Ooh, here we have the cranberry bundt cake with ginger glaze. Ooh, how decadent is that? That looks so pretty. So it says, filled with cranberry, ginger, and citrus, this cake shows off the flavors and colors of the season. So the filling for this is 1 10-ounce package of frozen cranberries thawed, 2/3 of a cup of firmly packed light brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of orange zest, 1/3 of a cup of frozen orange juice, 1 teaspoon of grated fresh ginger, 1/2 a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of water, and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Batter: 1.5 cups of unsalted butter, softened, 1 cup of sour cream, 3 cups of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of orange zest, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 5 large eggs, 1 egg yolk, 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And for our glaze, 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, 6 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. And for garnish, we have sugared cranberries and candied ginger. So that is candied ginger that's on top of there. So, number 1, for filling, in a medium saucepan, bring cranberries, brown sugar, orange zest and juice, ginger and vanilla to a boil over medium-high heat. Then we reduce the heat and simmer, stirring occasionally until berries burst and sauce thickens. 15 to 20 minutes. Using a potato masher, mash the berries. Number 2. In a small bowl, whisk together 2 tablespoons of water and cornstarch until smooth. Stir into berry mixture and cook until thickened, about 1 minute. Remove from heat and let cool completely. Number 3. Preheat oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and we spray a 15-cup bundt pan with baking spray and flour. 4. For batter. In a large bowl, beat butter and sour cream with a mixer at medium speed until combined. Gradually add granulated sugar, beating until fluffy, 4 to 5 minutes, stopping occasionally to scraped sides of the bowl. Beat in zest and vanilla. Add eggs and egg yolk, one at a time, beating well after each addition. Number 5. In another large bowl, whisk together flour, ginger, baking soda, and salt. Gradually add flour mixture to butter mixture, beating until combined. Spoon 2/3 of the batter into prepared pan. Spoon filling in the center of the batter, avoiding outside and center edges of the pan. Top with remaining batter. Number 6. Bake until a wooden pick inserted near center comes out clean. 75 to 80 minutes. Covering with foil to prevent excess browning, if necessary. Then we're going to let cool in pan for 15 minutes. Remove from pan and let cool completely on the wire rack. Number 7. For the glaze. In a small bowl, whisk together all ingredients until smooth. Spoon onto cake and garnish with cranberries and ginger if desired. And here's a baking tip. To make sugared cranberries, toss lightly dampened fresh cranberries in granulated sugar to coat, and then you just let dry completely on wax paper, and that's how you make those beautiful sugared cranberries. Yeah. Okay. So here we have a marble pound cake, and it says, please both chocolate and vanilla cake fans with this simple and easy swirled cake. Easy gingerbread bundt cake. This fragrant gingerbread cake is fabulous served with a dollop of lemon curd and softly whipped cream. I love lemon curd. Do any of you? So here's a hot chocolate cake. Oh my goodness. Everyone loves a cozy cup of hot cocoa during the holidays. And this cake filled with that beloved flavor will hit the spot. So I'm not going to read this recipe, but I am going to say that it has a marshmallow cream filling and a fluffy chocolate frosting. It looks delicious. Apple pie cupcakes. Yum. Any flavor pie filling you like can be used in this easy cupcake recipe. Do you know what? I would probably do cherry pie filling. What's your favorite pie filling? Quadruple chocolate bundt cake. This makes one 10-inch cake, and the cupcakes make 24. You'd never intensely chocolate cake starts with a mix. You had me at mix. It would make it easier, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, look at this. Does that look pretty? Almond cake with Swiss meringue buttercream. Oh my goodness, that would be delish. It says a gorgeous white cake that's center stage in a hidden table is the picture of a classic Southern Christmas. Anybody from the South here? Have you ever had this cake? Here's a baking tip. A double boiler is just a heat-proof bowl set over a saucepan of simmering water. Don't let the bottom of the bowl touch the water, though, or you'll have scrambled egg whites. Oh, yes, that's right. Now, here's a cake that looks interesting. Hummingbird cake. It makes one 9-inch cake. This cake features the banana, pineapple, and spice of a traditional Southern hummingbird cake, but it's topped with a buttercream instead of cream cheese frosting for a twist. That looks delicious. I've never had a hummingbird cake before, but I do love all of those ingredients. That would be really moist, I think. Very yummy. And here we have holiday breads. Fill your home with amazing smells from these gooey, sweet rolls, quick loaves, hearty muffins, and more. So we have pecan molasses rolls, Grandma Paul's mini Parker house rolls, caramelized onion parmesan yeast rolls. Oh, those sound good. Orange cream cheese rolls, bacon pimento cheese muffins, honey wheat loaves, banana streusel muffins, gingerbread mini loaves, parmesan bacon pull-apart bread, loaded cornbread. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Sweet potato cranberry scones. Yum. Oh, look at the glistening tops on those. Those look delicious. It says you can bake these rolls a day in advance. Reheat them covered in a 350-degree oven for 8 minutes. And that was the pecan molasses rolls. This is Grandma Paul's mini Parker house rolls. Those look delicious. Baking tip. To freeze these rolls, prepare the recipe through step 3. Wrap pans tightly with plastic wrap and freeze for up to 1 month. Oh, wow. Let thaw in the refrigerator overnight or at room temperature for 2 hours. Proceed with the recipe as directed in step 4, letting rolls rise an additional 2 hours. These look like delicious savory rolls, don't they? Caramelized onion, parmesan yeast rolls, and they make 15. It says a bread mix gives you a head start on this recipe. Oh, very cool. Baking tip. The caramelized onions for the rolls can be cooked up to 3 days ahead. Those look really yummy. Yeah, and they have a 16-ounce box of hot roll mix. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Oh, look at these. Oh my goodness. They look so delicious. These are orange cream cheese rolls. orange cream cheese rolls, I should say it like that. And it says, these sweet rolls with a touch of citrus are a delicious morning treat. These would be nice to have, say, Christmas morning, wouldn't they? They look delicious. And they have an orange cream cheese filling. Those look absolutely delish. Here we have bacon pimento cheese muffins. Two southern favorites, bacon and pimento cheese, come together for one savory, delicious muffin, and they do look delicious. Anything with bacon sticking out of it, is delicious, in my opinion. Here we have honey wheat loaves. These tasty loaves make fabulous bread for sandwiches. I bet they would. Banana streusel muffins. Yum. Use bananas that are very ripe for flavorful, moist muffins, and these make 15 muffins. And the baking tip is add about half a cup of chopped nuts to the muffin batter if you like. Oh, yes, please. I would like banana and walnut. Yum. Ooh, here we have gingerbread mini loaves. Disposable baking pans make these loaves great for gifts. That is a wonderful idea. So let's read this. So we have 5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ground allspice, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of molasses, 1 cup of butter softened, 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, half a cup of finely chopped crystallized ginger. So number 1, we preheat oven to 350 degrees and we spray 6 5x3-inch loaf pans with cooking spray. Number 2, in a large bowl we whisk together flour, ground ginger, cinnamon, salt, allspice, and baking soda. In a small saucepan we cook 1 cup of water and molasses over medium-low heat, stirring occasionally until warmed and well combined. We remove it from the heat. Number 3, in the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, beat butter and sugar at medium speed until creamy, 2 to 3 minutes, stopping occasionally to scrape the sides of the bowl. Add eggs 1 at a time, beating well after each addition. Gradually add flour mixture to butter mixture alternately with molasses mixture, beginning and ending with flour mixture, beating just until combined after each addition. Stir in crystallized ginger. Then we divide batter among the prepared pans. Number 4, we bake until a wooden pick inserted in center comes out with a few crumbs attached. 30 to 35 minutes. Let cool completely in pans on wire racks, and then we store in an airtight container for up to 3 days. Oh, that looks so yummy and moist. Okay, and our next one is Parmesan bacon pull-apart bread. Oh my God, that looks so good. Store-bought puff pastry makes this fun bread so easy to whip up. Oh, that sounds heavenly. Doesn't that sound good? Yum. And here we have the loaded cornbread. Oh, I love cornbread. It's so delicious. And when you load it with like hot peppers and stuff, yummy. And cheese, I usually put cheese, like Parmesan in there too. Classic cornbread can easily be transferred into a favorite holiday side dish. That would be delish. And it says, this dolled up cornbread brings a little heat and a whole lot of flavor. I bet it does. Ooh, here we have the sweet potato cranberry scones. These not too sweet scones are great for breakfast or an afternoon snack. And the baking tip is 1 large sweet potato yields about 1 cup of mashed cooked pulp. They look quite delicious. And they're drizzled with confectioner's sugar and maple syrup. Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be good? So here we have pies and tarts, pecan, pumpkin, lemon, and more favorite southern flavors. Get all dressed up for the holidays in these easy recipes. That looks so pretty. So we have cranberry pecan pie, creamy peanut butter pie with meringue, coconut custard pie, deep dish lemon butter milk pie, cherry tart, pumpkin icebox pie with cinnamon sugar crust, chocolate cream pie, and lemon tarts. I have never in my life heard of a peanut butter pie, but this is a creamy peanut butter pie with meringue. And it says peanut butter lovers will come running for a bite of this smooth and creamy pie. And then we have cranberry pecan pie. This pie combines an old-fashioned sweet, buttery pecan pie with the tart, fresh flavors of cranberries and citrus. Yummy. Coconut custard pie. This looks so good. Doesn't that look good? Top this pie with sweetened whipped cream or thawed frozen whipped topping. If you're not a fan of meringue, I wouldn't have both, but I like both. Oh, a deep dish lemon buttermilk pie. Look at that. Looks like it's topped with whipped cream and raspberries, fresh, succulent raspberries. Yum. You'll need to get out your deep dish pie plate for this old-fashioned southern dessert. The pre-cut dough, the pie crust dough, I'm reading this on an angle. The pie crust dough can be refrigerated for up to 3 days or frozen for up to 1 month. Delish. And we have a nice cherry tart. I love cherries. And this makes 1 9-inch tart. So bright red cherry preserves is perfect for the holidays. But any flavor you like will work in this recipe. I would stick with the cherries myself. What about you guys? Pumpkin icebox pie with cinnamon sugar crust. Try this fun combination of 2 favorite flavors for a nod to tradition, but with a twist. Ooh, chocolate cream pie. Yum. This makes a 1 9-inch pie. And look at it's covered with whipped cream and chocolate shavings. Oh my goodness. This chocolate cream pie is nothing short of decadent. Oh, it has a peanut butter topping actually. Isn't that something? So peanut butter and chocolate. Yeah, good combination for sure. Here we have lemon tarts. I love lemon. How about you? If you want to use refrigerated pie crust for the tart shells, I guess it's saying that you can. So stack 2 pie crusts together before rolling, and to replicate these thick, buttery tart shells. So it's saying, obviously, if you want to use the refrigerated pie crust, you can do that. You just stack 2 of them together. I think that was pretty clear. Okay, peppermint goodies. These refreshing treats will have you dreaming about candy canes and sweet mint delights long after the holidays end. I love candy canes. So we have peppermint ice cream filled cream puffs. Oh my goodness. Double chocolate peppermint fudge patties, peppermint trifle, peppermint cream brownies, chocolate peppermint cupcakes, white chocolate peppermint pie, peppermint shortbread cookies, red velvet cake with peppermint buttercream, and peppermint cake roll. So here we have the peppermint ice cream filled cream puffs. Oh wow. The components of this dessert can be made well in advance, so all you have to do when you're ready to enjoy is assemble everything. That is a perfect dessert. Double chocolate peppermint fudge patties. Box up these chocolatey goodies in festive holiday tins to give to friends and family. And they've got crushed candy canes on the top. That is really yummy looking. Oh, look at this over here. Oh my goodness. Peppermint trifle. It makes 10 to 12 servings. These patties make 48. I forgot to say that. A breeze to make. This dessert looks stunning in a trifle dish or a large glass bowl at a holiday gathering. And the baking tip is, if you'd rather not have big candy cane pieces in your trifle, crush them in a resealable plastic bag with a rolling pin before layering. That's a great idea. That's probably what I would do. So you've got the whipped cream, chocolate cake, or brownies, I would imagine. Oh, it is brownies. And candy canes. Oh my God, that would be so good. Mint lovers will go crazy for these yummy treats. Peppermint cream brownies. So they must have a peppermint filling in the center of the cream, I betcha. For brownies that look as good as they taste, run a sharp knife under hot water and dry the blade between cuts to get clean, even pieces. And they make about 12. Ooh, look at these. Chocolate peppermint cupcakes. Leave off the crushed candies and omit the peppermint extract for a great base recipe for chocolate cupcakes and cream cheese frosting. And so what they do is they have a peppermint cream cheese frosting, and it makes about 3 cups, and that's what they use on these. Delicious. So we have a white chocolate peppermint pie. Oh, that looks so good. This pie's flavor is a cross between a thin mint and a mint Milano cookie. Mint fans will love it, but the flavor is subtle enough that anyone can enjoy it. That's really nice that it just has a subtle taste of mint. And this makes one 9-inch pie. And over here we have peppermint shortbread cookies. It might come as a surprise that these simple white cookies are peppermint flavored, so make sure to let guests know if serving at a party. Yeah, that would be kind of funny, biting into it thinking it was just shortbread, and all of a sudden you get this hint of mint. So, and this makes 42. They're nice though, nice white. They look nice. All right, and here we have red velvet cake with peppermint buttercream. Ooh, that would be a nice pairing, wouldn't it? A red velvet cake only gets better when topped with a dreamy buttercream and a hint of peppermint. And there's the recipe for the peppermint buttercream, and it makes 8 cups. Wow. Ooh, this looks delish. Peppermint cake roll. Look how festive that looks. That's so nice because it makes me think of the Yuletide log or whatever it's called, that roll, you know. So, peppermint cake roll. You'll want to roll one of these up for your next gathering. The chocolate ganache is a perfect touch. Nice. And there's the recipe for the chocolate ganache, and it makes 1 cup. And there's our index with all of the yummy desserts that we've just went over. And actually, it wasn't all desserts, was it? Oh, look how pretty that looks. Look at that with the crushed mint all around it. So there we have our holiday baking magazine. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope you join me again for another video. I would love to see you back here. Okay, so until next time, take care of yourselves and of each other, and I'll see you again soon.